Yes, guys, and welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, a brand spanking new save on the update. I've gone with Ipswich Town, just purely out of something different than the usual top flight or Peterborough, my usual local team. Now, this may well probably not last very long for the simple reason the update, in my opinion, is just at times fucking bollocks. You know, I've done so much tactic testing, it's unfucking real. And I just don't seem to get no consistency, even if I adopt the same tactics that the AI use. You know, it's just bollocks. There's something fucking, you know, maybe I'm a little bit of a conspiracy freak here, but there's something untoward with regards to the AI, particularly season 1. So fuck that shit, okay? So I've gone with Ipswich Town and actually left this game on overnight. I started playing it last night and then I saved and I've come back and I realised my game's still there. So I've gone with Ipswich Town. I've got a new rule, self-imposed rule that I've adopted to myself, and this will stop people like me manipulating. That rule is that I already have a self-imposed rules of my tactics. Tactics must be 3 at the back, must have 2 wide players. As you can see, my devised tactic there is I've used my middleman base, so I'm going to give that a rename if it's successful. My new self-imposed rule is when I buy a player, I cannot sell him in the same window. It stops people, myself mostly, because I've been guilty of this, particularly on the ODB where you don't have windows. It stops people buying someone and selling them immediately for a profit. I got the idea from someone ages ago about it. Excuse me. So I thought I'd add it into my self-imposed rules. So there you see. So I've already started. I started with a few quid at Ipswich, to be fair. And I never really work out how the transfer funds is like a lot more than what I've got in the bank. A lot of players have gone. I've got a few players that have gone on exchanges, as you can probably work out. A few players that have come from Birmingham. So, like I say, I've done so much tactic testing on the update. It frustrates me, but then I just fucking give up after a while. I really do. How long's he out for? So we've still got a few weeks to go before season starts. Well, yeah, a few weeks, and I think we've still got a few more players we're looking at. No, we've got 1, and that's a free fucking transfer. In fact, I've already got him. I think I've got that on delay. The reason was I don't think I'm going to need that guy now. In fact, I'm sure I won't need him now. So let me just work out realistically what I really want. I don't normally, in fact, I'm not going to keep that guy. I don't like to keep loanees that are already here. And I think with that in mind, then I think there's obvious what I'm going to need. I've got the money, so let's re-look for a striker again. I will advance on this game right through till about we start the season. But this is a short and long of what was the thing I was going to do? Off the ball, yeah. Of where I'm at the moment. Sam Gallagher. Just let me remind you that I have got the various patches applied, so I can see the squad status of AI players. So Sam Gallagher, he's interested in me. He's not needed by the club. Could be worth a punt. It cost me about £1.5 million, I feel. Ideally, I'd rather have an out-and-out striker. He's back up, you see, so I'm probably not gonna get him. Danny Ward, back up. See, if they're back up, there's little to no chance of getting them for a reasonable price. Matt Stevens, he wouldn't really cost me much, Matt Stevens. So hopefully I could get Matt Stevens for about 200 grand. I want to get myself a nice. Oh, look at that! 33 years of age. He's going to be 34 as the season really kicks in. He's going to cost me about £1 million, isn't he? It's a risky one, isn't it? It's a risky one. Fuck it. Let's. If I can get him for, is it not needed? No, I could probably get him. Let's go. Let's have a look at Sam Gallagher then. Sam Gallagher's got some good value on him. Okay, I'm also just going to have a quick gander at goalkeepers as well. See if we can find anything of interest. Bravery, okay. Handling, reflexes. Okay. See what else we can find. Okay. That's always handy, isn't it? Mind you, we're going to have some competition there, aren't we? So, I'll tell you another patch I've got applied. This is on the Knicks patches. Have you ever done it, right, where they want squad rotation, right? Let's say he wanted squad rotation, and then you realise he don't want squad rotation. So, but you can't offer another squad status for like 2-3 weeks. Well, that's been abolished. So you can look, I can do that. Okay. Alternatively, I can change it. Okay. So he would actually be a first team player. So I'm going to offer him $7,000 on a 3-year deal. A few players have taken a deal where they'll need they want a relegation release clause. When they want a minimum release clause, you can quite often get them for a non-promotion and relegation, which effectively are the same thing. So Sam Gallagher, okay, so for £1.7 million there. One quick thing I'm going to check really quickly. This is for loan. Look at that. He'd be a good player, wouldn't he? Smith Rowe. What's he on? Fucking hell, he's on $100,000 a week. For fuck's sake. I've got a feeling I ain't going to get this cunt, am I? Brian Gill. I mean, he would. He'd be a great addition if I could get him. Curtis Jones would be another good one if I could get him. Right, okay. I don't often go for players on loan, but another patch I've got applied, as you probably already know, is the loan protection. So if I get a player on loan, no one can sabotage it, which, as you know, they tend to do. Bastards. I'd like to try and get... Now, you'll notice, right, that I'd filtered out... I've not gone for the interested parties on loanees. Now, the loanees, it's common knowledge that the loan feature is quite flawed in this game. I don't know. It's each to their own what people feel about the loanees. I mean, it is quite fucked up, to be honest with you. Okay, we'll leave it at that. I mean, let's have a look. So I'm not going to bother going for that. I don't think there's any need to it. Costa's accepted. Well, okay. $12,000. He wants $12,000 a week. Now, before I go any further, he's going to be my highest paid player. So I suppose it makes sense, don't it? But I'm not going to offer him $12,750. I'm going to offer him $12,000. Give him a decent contract. Okay. What was the other thing I said that I'd... Right, I'll tell you the other thing I've got, right? So I just told you about I can see squad status of players. If I go to another team, yeah. So let's take Arsenal, right? If I look at Arsenal by contract, now I'm going to be real clear about this. You can look at it in order. Do not try and put it in ascending order or click on it directly. Do not click on the youngster from here. It will crash the game. I know that, and that's a risk I take. I just remember. So I can see Rob Holding, you see. So I'll click on Rob Holding. And if... I don't think he's going to... Nah, Rob Holding ain't going to fucking be interested in me, is he? We'll add him to the shortlist, though. Look at that. They've got some decent players. What I find, right, is the sides do change their perspective of players. Let's see who they got then. He's not actually a bad goalkeeper, but I'm not fucking paying something stupid for him. That's for sure. If he's, I can't afford this sort of money. I mean, some of this money is the downside of the loanee not being sabotaged is you can see, right. So let's take Matson here. He's not needed. They want rid of him, but he's on loan, so they can't get rid of him because he's on loan. They can't make no deal. Kante's not needed. That's funny, isn't it? Okay. Quite interesting. Okay. There was something else that I've applied, and I can't remember what it was, but hey ho. It will come to me. Right, okay. Okay. Now, I'm a businessman. And if another offer comes in for this Egyptian Morsi, I will hire it. I'll accept the Cheltenham deal to begin with. Right, Matt Stevens, we said, didn't we? He's not the greatest player in the world, but could do a job. Okay. Loan, right, that's been accepted. And Costa's agreed. Okay, Diego Costa. Well, who's that shower of shit there? Right, I might actually have to keep him Yeah, I think I'm going to have to, unless I can get another goalkeeper in. Sam Gallagher, okay, so 12 grand. Making a joint highest paid player along with Costa. Smith Rowe rejected. Look at that. I figured that was going to happen, weren't it? So there you go. Okay. Okay. Gallagher's agreed. 1.7. So we spent £2.7 million on some front line, and I think we're all pretty much set up now. I'm going to use 3 centre backs. I think most of which I've purchased, apart from him. I'd like another central defender. Dominic Ball. So Lockyer. I did buy Lockyer. I forget he was not needed. 700 grand. Glenn Ree, not a bad player. Edmondson was already there, and Morrison I did buy as well on a free. So 3 of those were inherited. I mean, I'm probably weak in defence, to be honest with you. So we've got Chaplin, who was already there, who I may offload Chaplin actually. Chaplin or Ladapo, maybe. I'll see, because I might raise some funds, maybe try and get a defender in before. So Gallagher's arrived. Okay. And Stevens has arrived for 200 grand. Okay, so Stevens arriving as well. Excuse me. Right, okay. If I can sell him, and with Stevens arriving as well, I can raise some decent money for these guys if I can get offers in. Because in terms of midfield, defensive midfield, obviously Glenn Ree could slot in. Glenn Ree could slot in there. Forster Kasky, I think, was it a free exchange, part of the Charlton deal? We've got Lee Evans. Now he was already here. Looks all right. Of course, remember we've got Dominic Ball, who can play in defensive midfield. Grant Ward, and now I've got him on a free transfer. I want to get the loanee one from Watford. Just ideally, someone to have in that middle slot right there. And then all these other players here. Kamara, I didn't buy Kamara. You can tell I didn't buy Kamara. He's not my sort of player. Fraser came on the exchange deal, didn't he? Harness came. He was already there. Shall I say? Harper was already there. Another one that came for $750,000. Graham, did I buy? Yeah, Graham came as the exchange. Kyle Edwards already there. I think it was Guion Edwards I was looking at purchasing. So we haven't made massive signings. We've had time, and he's not that great, is he? Let's be honest. But okay. And we've got a bit more money coming in here. I didn't even know I was selling this guy. Indonesian defender. 1.1. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Okay. On to the next. Another 180 grand. That is fine. So I wonder if we can find ourselves a relatively strong defender. We've got a bit of money to work with there. Let's just see if we can find anything on the loan market for defence. I know it's unlikely, I know. The loan, I'm happy to smash through the wage structure when it's someone on loan, because they're not going to be with me forever. You know, that's a fact. Okay, see, I would say this guy here, you know, this deal could quite easily go through because he's only at Bristol City. He's only one division above me. So Rob Atkinson. So we'll make an attempt for him. I think that's going to be it, really, isn't it? Okay. Right. Okay. So what we are? There we go. So Tom Deli Bashira has arrived. He's on a seat, and the good thing is, you see, about the they took my offer of whatever it was. I said I'd pay for his wage, probably 100% with his wages. No, it's not 100% because that's just what I'm paying, £7,500 of it. So no one can come into that. I mean, no one can break that deal at all. So he's going to be with me the whole season regardless, and he's got a good auto value, and hopefully he will play a big part in my promotion push. Rob Atkinson, we just spoke about him, didn't we? So, okay, that's fine. Matt Penny's agreed terms of Atkinson, 400 odd grand. Yeah, you can go. I listed literally most of the players at Ipswich already. They weren't the greatest. Okay, so we've got a little bit more money to spend, didn't we? So let's just see. 3.7. See, there's still a... Oh, Danny Drinkwater's interested in me again now, is he? He was interested in me, Drinkwater. Then he didn't take a contract. Well, I think he wanted, like, funny money. So he wants 11,250. Right, well, if he wants the same for that, I'm just going to offer him squad rotation. But I'm not offering him, for a 32-year-old, I'm going to offer him 10 grand a week. I'm going to offer him a free... Rob Holding's interested in me now. Now that is very, very interesting. Well, he might have been interested in me anyway, mightn't he? So, I don't know. It's going to cost me at least £2.5 million, isn't it, to get a deal in at least? And that's because that's half of his auto value. I don't know. It'd be a good signing. They've negotiated. They want £3 million. Now, what do you think, guys? What do you think? We'll offer 2.7. Atkinson's agreed. Fuck you then, prick. Atkinson's agreed to join me on loan, which is brilliant, particularly with that. Okay, one quick thing I'm going to very, very quickly look at is goalkeepers available on loan, if there's anything. There's nothing really, is there? There's absolutely fucking nothing. Yeah, this is going to be fucking difficult, isn't it? He's listed. I mean, how much would he cost me? I don't know. I mean, with Rob Holding as well, he's going to cost me at least that. I don't know. The money's not going to suffice to get me Rob Holding and Batchman. Really need to bring in some money. Okay, the offers. There you go. See, they want 2 million for Batchman. I'm going to offer 1.8 and hope that we can still maybe get the Rob Holding. I'm not offering. I knew he was going to say that. That was always going to be the case, weren't it? Okay. That's Morsey's agreed. Okay, that gives me just under £500,000. Morsey's departure. Here we go. No, Morsey. Batchman's agreed. They've had an offer accepted, so... Okay. Now, if the Batchman deal comes in ahead of the Rob Holding deal... Okay, so this is a tricky one, isn't it? I really do need a goalkeeper, I think, more than anything. In all honesty, 4.1, this is going to be a real tricky. What's more important for me? I'd like to... Fuck it, Rob Holding. We'll take Rob Holding. And you never know, we might have the money after that. I mean, I don't know. I've got that transparency thing going on. There you go, so Rob Holding. I don't know, is it going to let me? No, it don't. So we're going to delay that in case we can raise the money. So we need to raise £1.8 million. Shit, we're in debt. Fucking hell. Okay, what we will do very, very quickly, we'll lower that and hopefully they'll come in. We'll lower that to... Hopefully we can get some offers in there. I will also... 2 of those defenders... See if we can get some offering for him. I'm happy to work with 6 defenders. Edmondson, he weren't one of mine, was he? So Edmondson, you can go as well. So let's... okay. Okay, let's have a look what we got then. We've got a couple of weeks still for transfer. And here... Oh, no. Okay. I do like this part of the season, in all honesty. This is the most exciting part. Okay, here we go. So we're going to accept the Exeter deal. And we will see what QPR can offer us. I doubt it's going to be much. Yeah, okay, they're not going to... So, remember what I said about another little thing I've got attached to this is I can see bank balances. And then this is important because I can see QPR have got the money. So there's every chance. You never know. Hopefully they'll come back with a little bit more money for me. And if that deal can go through quickly... now that really... Oh, that fucking pisses me off here. Gillingham have weighed in with a 300... Weighed in. and that's because they ain't got the money. So, fuck off. Okay, I'm not worried. Oh, Danny Drinkwater. Okay. Okay, that gives me another little bit of depth in central midfield. Not worried about that at the minute. Who we got? We've got Swindon from League 2 in the League Cup. And that's what I needed. That is exactly what we wanted. And what I'm going to do now is cancel that. And anybody else that wants to make a bid, you can chuck in 3 million. Wigan are still looking at him, which is good news. What's that? Who's that guy? That's the full. Oh, he's in my reserves. I'll accept that. If it was instalments, I wouldn't have accepted it. But because I'm going to get 425 grand up front, he can go. And whilst I'm looking to raise money rather quick. Ah, perfect. Look at that. Now that might be enough. That might be enough for me to get Batchman. Was it Backman? Whatever his name was, the goalkeeper. And right, okay. That was one of the defenders I put on the market, weren't it? Okay. Yeah, we've got the money now. We are going to be in the red though, balance-wise. The transfer fund is obviously a little bit more. Oh no, we're not going to be in the red because I'm going to be able to. I'm going to be able to get out the red with some of these other signings, some of these other sales. Sorry. Okay. 1.8 Batch. There we go. Daniel Batchman, a good goalkeeper. So this is going to work a treat. Actually, we've got a couple of loanees, and we're going to bring in we're going to bring over £1 million on the. We're going to bring in £1 million. Okay, John Edwards. Still want John Edwards? Do you know what? Let's stick a loan bid in for him. Don't think he's not that great, but we will put a loan bid in anyway. Okay, I will save at the start of the season, guys. We should have all our deals done. Yeah, so Batchman is there. He has joined us. Okay, and there's another 800 smackaroonies, 800,000 smackaroonies. Our money at the moment, then we're in the red by 400 grand. Not fussed about that because there we go, 800 grand. And Guion Edwards has joined us on loan. Okay, I don't think he's going to be the bollocks, but the way I read it right is it's a bit of strength in defence, bit of strength on the wing, bit of strength in the middle of the park, and of course we did some business with our front man. I'd ideally like to fuck off Chaplin if we can. Yeah, he's worth 1.1 million pounds. So I don't know. Maybe I'm going to leave. I don't want to fuck him off from the seniors just yet. Edmondson, we know Edmondson's going to go, so we'll chuck him there. What I'll do is if he hasn't gone by the time the season starts, well, I'll probably give it till the end of the window. Actually, Edmondson is going. That's another £500,000. Perfect. Quite a month it's been at Ipswich Town. Remember, I started with Germany as my selected league, and you may recall why I have Germany as my selected league. It's because I've put it into background now. It's so the date can start as the 2nd of July. You get a couple of extra weeks pre-season, which is absolutely massive. Andre Wisdom, I did actually have him, but I cancelled it, and he's ended up going to Rangers. Prick. That's all I'll say. Right. So season's about to start, so I will call an end to the video. And I think we've got all our dealings done, haven't we? Let's have a look at our money. 1.8 to spend, 600 grand in the bank. I'm not fussed about that. What I will do as the season kicks in, I'll work on my staff. I've not worked on staff whatsoever. In terms of, let's see what they've given me as... look at them shitty fucking figures. Bastards. Right, okay, that's that. Okay, let's see. Just bear with me, guys. Where's Burns? Okay. Wes Burns, you can, do you know what? Before I tell you to fuck off, Wes, let's just have a quick gander. See if there's anything on the exchange. I don't think there will be. See, he's not bad. He'd be a good backup goalkeeper, this guy here, Liam Kelly. So ideally, if you can give me Liam Kelly with 300 grand, we can maybe do some business. I don't think we're going to get it done before the... we're not going to get it done before it starts. Okay, someone on my shortlist. I loaded up a shortlist of players, but literally no one is interested in me. Joe Pigger on my reserves, 950 grand. Get in there. I mean, he's actually not a bad striker, to be honest with you. Oh, he was on loan. He was on loan at Portsmouth. Okay, but either way, you can fuck off. And there you see, they've offered exactly what I wanted. So that young little goalkeeper, so what that does mean is that goalkeeper there, we're now going to put him on the market at lower his market value. He wants important, but he ain't gonna really be important, is he? Let's be honest. Okay, so here we go. Our first game is against Morecambe. Let's work out what our team's going to be, so we know exactly where we're at. It's got to be. I have 9 subs. Let me remind you. Okay, so I think Ball is crucial. I feel Ball also may be my captain. Rob Holding, I think, is definitely going to be one of them. I think Lockyer is a good defender to have. Glenn Ree's 14, 13. Let's have a look. I'm trying to look at the positioning and tackling, to be honest with you. 13, 17. I think Sean Morrison, he's got some good credentials. The Loney, I'm going to put the Loney as my bench boy. I'm going to have, I think, Lockyer and Morrison. Morrison's my oldest player. Morrison will be my captain. Influence is there. So Morrison is in the middle. He's going to be huge for me. Okay, let's. So we need one proper sub, which is probably going to be Ball, who of course Ball can cover DMC as well. Okay, so we've got some. You know what we're going to do here, don't you? That's why I moved my goalkeeper sub to number 6. Evans, 1.6. I mean, Evans is already there. Okay. Danny Drinkwater. I think Drinkwater is going to have the best credentials. He's going to have the experience to play. So we'll have Drinkwater in the middle. We've now just got to decide, really, who's going to play. So one of my biggest attributes for a winger is certainly crossing. So crossing 13, crossing 12 is not the greatest, is he? He's got a little bit of creativity as well. Kamara, I think Kamara's going to have to go. Kamara's going to have to go over there. We don't need about right? Okay, Harper, I think. Who's Graham like? Okay, so Harper will be there. Okay, so now we need to work out our wingers. Right, okay, so crossing 13. I think Harkness is going to be an obvious one. I don't know. You may have a difference of opinion on who should play. Realistically, I think so. Fraser and Harkness. Bollocks. Just do that. Okay, and up top. Okay. So that is it then, guys. That we are all set. We are all set. So this is my middleman tactic. I have altered it a little bit. I am going to rename it if it's successful. Like I said, I haven't done too much. Overthink a lot of the individual tactics. I'm calling it a very pressing game. Very pressing game. Sean Morrison and Dan Drinkwater are my only 2 players that sit deeper on forward set pieces, and Harper and Kamara are my only players that go a little bit more advanced. So I even get Diego Costa to come back on defensive set pieces. Free roll are Harper and Kamara. So forward runs, pretty much everybody by the back three. Run with the ball, same situation. Hold up ball is Diego Costa. Long shots, everybody by the back three. Try through balls, everybody but the back three. Cross ball, the wingers. And marking, it's very, very zonal. So we will see how this flares up. You may not see another part from this, of course, or I might stop fucking whinging and deal with a few defeats. You know, you'd think, right, that I should be able to fucking deal with some defeats. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Until next time from me, take it easy.